Yes, and the problem is if you can get too wide on the lane, you get hooked up in, shall we say, deeper oil, deeper lane conditioner, and the ball has to fight to get back up to the pins.
And of course that lane condition will change over the course of a match. Whatever line he's on at the moment, he'll want it to stay there for the rest of this contest, Jens, because he's dialed into it. Pumped up. Very fast start by these two. 3 frames gone, and it's almost spares all the way. Just the strikes, rather, just the 9 spare from Caroline Lagrange.
Welcome back to the World Tenpin Masters 2005 for this first round match between Lagrange and Nickel, and it's the 5th frame, just 19 pins in Nickel's favour. Commentary from Nick Halling and Cass Edwards.
Caroline Lagrange has got to stay very tight in her own game. Another good pocket hit.
She's got this lane sussed out, hasn't she? Absolutely perfect shot, and both players are enjoying this. She had a high 5 there after that strike. 4 strikes out of 5 for Caroline. She's getting well locked in. Jens now looking for 5 in a row to keep the lead.
Oh, lost the line there and paid a heavy price with the baby split.
A 4-9 split. Left off of a ball that's just ridden up slightly too high on the head pin.
Now, how gettable is this split, Cass?
You've got to be very accurate. It is makeable. Maybe two times out of 5, 3 times out of 5, but you need to clip that 4 pin.
Technically, this is not the baby split, is it? I called it the baby split, but that's
it's
incorrect.
It's left off of a ball that is nearly a strike, but it's not quite good enough, and you pay the price for it.
Yeah, he went to try and chip that left-hand pin over, and he says, yeah, that close.
Not quite that close, Jens, no.
Right, just don't throw in that towel, Jens. Yeah, let's see how close it was.
In the gutter. Where it belonged.
That changes the complexion very quickly.
Yes, 1 open frame. Does a fair bit of damage, doesn't it? So he looks quite contented. I'm sure he's enjoying himself. And another strike here, and I'm sure Caroline will be. But that's
just caught the head pin, and she too pushes one wide and pays the price.
Yes, that ball went a bit gaga out to the right-hand side. It's got back. It's just touched the head pin. It's left a 2-8-10 though. Ball just did not get up to the head pin. Sailed on by it.
Degree of difficulty with this split? Impossible or miracles?
Very difficult indeed. 1 out of 10, I would think. 1 chance in 10.
Oh, she just settled the 2 of them. If it does get close, you never know. Those 2 pins might make a big difference. It's a real tight game, this one. But Caroline's nominal lead has just been erased with that, especially if Jens. Well, if Jens basically spares in this frame, he'll be back in front. So that's an expensive one.
Yeah, the first error from Caroline. Just didn't get up. Time for Jens to get back on. Well, I'm going to say that he's hit those thin, made him spin, and the soft shoe shuffle and the breakdancing that Jens has got into is outrageous. That ball just almost didn't make the head pin at all, and he's got 10 from it.
I think he knows he's got away with one here, and he's not a happy man at all, because anything could have happened off this one. He could have. It's almost the same ball as Caroline's, just with a lot more power. Very fortunate.
In fact, it was almost a Simon Golding strike, wasn't it?
Simon strikes? I've never seen that.
In his dreams, he had one once. 6 frames down.
Oh no, this is getting to be really problematic now for Caroline Lagrange. Now you do see this spare get bowled over every once in a while, but it's a real nasty one.
It's the big 5. I think she's just dropped her pace on that shot, and it's ridden high onto the head pin. It's the 4, 6, 7, 10, and the 9 pin's snuck in there for good luck as well. And she will need some good luck to get this one. Saw the idea behind it. It unfortunately didn't work.
Well, both of them started off like a pair of express trains, but they've both had a problem. Caroline 2 open frames, and Jens's last 2 balls have not been good pocket hits either. Even though he did get a strike last time, I'm sure the man from Bremen will be a little bit concerned that his line wasn't right. Well, let's see if he can get himself back online. Opened up with 4 in a row.
Yes, unfortunately Caroline's 4 strikes have just been wiped out by those 2 open frames.
As Jens back in the pocket, that looks a lot better, but didn't carry the 10.
No, just a fraction light. That just ball carried on just a little bit too long before it hit the break point. Turned up nicely into the pocket, the angle just left that 10 pin standing in the corner. Should be a straightforward spare from the big cranking bowler from Bremen. Ranked number 5 on the 2005 European Tour. Looking to make a 10 pin spare.
Well, he missed the 7, remember, but no problems with the 10.
Just a little bit of daylight opening up between them now. Just the one little glitch there in the middle.
We've seen this very often throughout the course of the tournament so far, that a lot of these players, they're getting dialed in and you think there's going to be a huge score, then something comes along just to trip them up. The exception, of course, was that wonderful Jason Belmonte-Charlene Zulkifli match. And again, she's on the... Oh, she got away with the strike, but that wasn't a pure pocket hit either.
Just, yeah, it's a fraction high. It was certainly a better shot than the last 2, and she'll be glad to get back on her strike line. I just wonder if the lane condition is changing a little bit, or whether it's even a bit early for that to happen under these TV lights. We know it does affect the rotation and the distance the ball takes.
But we've seen this before, Cass, haven't we? Do you remember Britt Bronstad, the Dane, who opened up with 6 strikes and then just collapsed after that?
Yeah, 258, 158 or something very similar to that.
Fast starts are common, but carrying it on is proving more problematic, although Jens seems to be sorting his game out.
Yes, he's opened up 23 pins now. He's, I wouldn't say showboating, but he's certainly enjoying himself playing to the crowd. Big high backswing. Great lot of power and leverage there on the left leg. Rips the rack.
So Caroline not facing a crisis yet, but needs to double just to erase some of that damage. That was a much better hit.
Well, I think the crowd appreciated that one in the foundation frame. 2 strikes in a row through 8th and 9th. Nice lot of rotation on that ball. Gets up really nicely. That's what she's learning to do at college.
I studied the works of Thomas Aquinas at college. She studies bowling. Where did I go wrong?
You should have stuck to woodwork.
I was no good at that either.
Jens looking for a double. Foundation frame and makes it. Big time. He's got the crowd going as well.
He does work a crowd, doesn't he, this fella?
He's really enjoying himself, isn't he?
A sort of German version of Tim Mack. The way he works the crowd.
Yeah, nice body language. He knows when he's on air, doesn't he? Look.
Yeah, it's a touch of the Tim Macks. Where's the camera? Is it on me? Okay, I'll